So I started doing kimchi because here in Estonia, because there really wasn't kimchi that was affordable or really good, I guess. And that sounds very spoiled, but it's just what I'm used to. And there are just flavors that kimchi should have that a lot of the store-bought ones don't really give. But mostly because it's super expensive and I'm just not into that. Yep, that looks good. Just so it's a little bit easier to put away. But I don't want to cut it too small because my mom taught me not to make it too small. You want the entire cabbage to have its happiness and its goodness and its cabbagey life in it. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's just part of our culture and my mom taught it. So kimchi for me is super important because, you know, I grew up with it. I ate it as a young girl, as a child, and maybe even in the womb, as creepy as that sounds. I don't know. I think what I like most about kimchi is that it's a dish that we always have on our table in Korea and in Hawaii. But it's also so beautiful the way it transforms and changes into something new every day that passes. And maybe it's very romantic of me, but it kind of feels like that's how I am as well. That I'm not the same person as I was yesterday, and I won't be the same person tomorrow. Do you want to come look? Tule siia. So, remember how stiff the cabbage was? Now it's starting to really be more flexible. I think 40, 60? 40 to 60, that's quite a large number. Let's go 50. The median of rice flour. Gochugaru. It's dried red chili pepper flakes. I have lived in different places and I have been, to a certain extent, a migrant. You know, coming from an island and moving to the continental United States, I was a migrant. Even though it's the same country, it was a different region, and I come from a different climate, different culture, different foods, different ways of speaking and interacting. I mean, you can imagine island lifestyle is very relaxed compared to Seattle. That was a huge change. And then moving here, you know, and traveling to different areas, and I become a changed person with each person I encounter, with each new community that I'm a part of, with each new experience. And I feel like kimchi is kind of very representative of that. It's fermentation, you know, it's a beautiful process where we can take something so fresh and green for only a short period of time, relatively, if we take out the whole industrial gardening or industrial food process. That vegetables are only available during spring and summer, and some parts of fall, and very little during winter. So fermenting allows us to have access to food during a period in which the earth is not producing it. So I remember being 6 or 7, my mom would make these little packages like this, and she would feed it to me like that. Woo! Spicy, but not bad spicy. It's like, that's good. My story as a migrant here in Estonia is definitely best represented by kimchi. It's a dish that connects me to my past and my culture, but it's also been a way for me to connect to my community and Estonian friends here that have quickly become like family. When I share kimchi with Estonians, I always tell them it's like hapukapsas, but don't be fooled, it's not exactly like it, you know? And this, in a sense, allows them to connect to something that's familiar. Oh, okay, so sour cabbage, fermented, etc., etc., but remaining open-minded to the different flavors. Because in kimchi, you do have spice and you do have ginger and things like that. And I've had a range of reactions. I've had some Estonians who are like, no, I cannot do spicy food. To other Estonians who are just like, this is amazing. And it is kind of like hapukapsas, but also not, you know. Yes, it looks different. Yes, it might taste different, but it's also really similar in a lot of ways. More ways than I think we realize. Food is a great way to share new things, to share stories, but to also communicate and connect to one another and know that while we might speak different languages or eat different food, come from different places, we all love eating and we all have a story to tell.